Good Saturday to you. Gonna quickly do an update here for the potential for both severe weather and flooding concerns today. We have a lot of moisture out there. If you're outside, it's very thick. The warm front came through last night. Eventually, here it's trying to scour out all the clouds and the smoke, but it's taking a little bit of time here. Any more sun we get will push those temperatures up, and once we get to about 90 degrees or above, the convective elements are going to be really, really high. Just for your perspective here, though, to show the NAM model, I'm also going to show the HRR. Both of these are short-term models. Both of them actually play on or work on convective output here. And I got to tell you, the HRR is not that thrilled with the idea of thunderstorms, and it has been that way pretty consistently. The NAM really has come around with quite a bit. I think I'm trusting the NAM at least for its capability here for storms. So what you're going to see here, this is the latest model run. The time is right here with the timestamp. So, nothing's around this morning, but between about 2 and 3 p.m., it looks like a line of thunderstorms is going to go across the county. If this is true, that's what the NAM is showing. These could be strong to severe for sure. Again, biggest threat will be wind from these systems, and then that's going to come through. And then late this evening, and overnight, we will have the front come through itself, and that may bring that second round of thunderstorms you saw kind of showing up here on the NAM. But look at it compared to the HR. Again, another short-term model, short-run, short-range model, a little more fine. And this is a real convective outlook model. So, look at the weather today. It does show one cell popping up around 2 or 3 in the afternoon right here in northern Loudoun. I think this is probably at least a hint that there's probably more thunderstorms around maybe than it's showing. So I wouldn't be so hung up on that. I'll show you why in a moment. And then as we move in again, then later tonight, really late, like 11, 12, 1, 2, that's when the front's coming through, and it does show some additional showers through the region. So why do I not think that this is necessarily the way this is going to play out? Hold on for a second. Let me switch to another model view. So here's the HRR, and this is going to run into early this afternoon. We got here in West Virginia for convection, and see what you see. You see some disturbances up here, and then as we go into this afternoon, about 3 o'clock, there's at 3 p.m. You see that little shower storm here popping up here, and we see finally some convection kind of showing up here in West Virginia as far as the way things are going. But look before that. So again, this is in the next. So it's noon now. So this is two clicks here back. This is probably right about now as far as what its forecast is. And see how little convection is here. Now let's jump over to the radar. So here's the radar currently going on, and you can see here's West Virginia. I put it in motion, and you can see already. Look at all these storms already popping up. This is way ahead of time. This is probably about 2 to 3 hours before when it was expected. You already see some special weather statements being issued here. The green over us is really this flood watch that we have from 2 to 8 p.m. today. By the way, this is coming from Weatherfront. Weatherfront is an awesome app. If you don't know how to check it out for sure. But anyway, so it shows over us nothing at the moment. I'm not on our local radar here yet. And this is showing that convection up to the north. By the way, it's this convection up to the north. It's caused all these clouds and stuff this morning. And then, of course, we have the haze from the smoke. The haze is sticking around, but the clouds are really starting to clear out of here. So we've jumped up to about the mid-80s. As a matter of fact, I can show that here in a second. So you can already see all this convection already starting to fire here because this is just such a moist air mass. And so we have multiple rounds of potential thunderstorms today. So some, like I said, between 2 and 4, and then some this evening. And because of that, and the front being around, we have the chance for training storms or repetitive storms today. And that's why the flood watch is up. It's possible, depending on how things work out, that if we get a lot of rain earlier today, if we get more showers and storms later tonight, maybe they'll extend the flood watch. We'll have to see. I'm not sure. It's more of a flash flooding type of scenario more than it is flooding overall. Like, we know everything is, we're super drought bound here, so it's a real problem. And as you guys already know, here we are in Loudoun, and this is an enhanced threat for severe weather today. And the reason why is because of the wind. The wind that potentially could come through here, there's a 45% chance, pretty good chance, that there'll be severe thunderstorm gusts within 25 miles of where you live. So that is a really high outlook. That's why it's an enhanced risk. Pretty high. Now, we do have some other slight risks here. Hail could be a problem, about a 5% chance. And then if you look at the even the tornadic outlook, about a 2% per here. Up to the north, it gets a little more, and even the potential up here in New Jersey and southeast Pennsylvania and far northeast Maryland, possibly of a stronger tornado in that area. So hopefully that doesn't come true. For us, about a 2% chance, so not widespread chance, but not a chance of 0. So something we need to keep track of. The last thing I want to show is the WPCS, the Weather Prediction Center's outlook for rain. You see over the next 24 hours. There is about a half an inch or so here, but you see that even though we're in our flood watch, not everybody's showing up here as rain. So this is all about thunderstorm and thunderstorm placement. If you get thunderstorms on top of you in training, it's going to obviously be much higher. So the range of the amount of rain that we could get today is pretty high. Like you saw on the flood watch, if you looked at it, it's like anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rain possible within an hour or so. So that's why a flood watch is in effect. So that's an individual cells because the air is so saturated with moisture, and I think you know that. If you go outside, you know it for sure. It's very sweat-inducing very, very quickly. But speaking of heat, we have broken out of the heat wave. And look at this 6 to 10 day weather outlook with below normal temperatures are expected in the region. Now, below normal this time of year, this is the hottest stretch of the year right now. We're getting close to the hottest climatological day of the year, where about 88 degrees is our average high temperature. That's about to drop down. Out here, Western Loudoun, where I live, is probably like 86, 88, somewhere in there. But anyway, that means that below normal temperature is like 3 to 5 degrees, as we're talking low 80s, maybe an 80-degree day. And on Thursday, that is possible. So we need to watch, because after we have the severe weather today, March is going to be really nice. Highs in the mid-80s, some northerly breezes, humidity's down, smoke is cleared. Probably just an excellent day to be outside, so definitely get outside and enjoy that. But we do have to watch, because next week we have another front coming through, a strong one that's going to bring in this cooler air. And here we are on Tuesday, back in our region, on weather front again. I do want to keep on promoting them again at 15% already chance of severe weather. So severe is possible either Wednesday and even possibly into Thursday, although I think it will probably be clearing the region. So it's just a matter of how fast this front moves through and exactly where it sets up. But again, there's a 15% chance, and this is Tuesday into Wednesday, as a chance for severe weather into Loudoun again. So something we'll have to watch before the temperatures get to like what I was showing. So if we look at the CPUC outlook, the Climate Prediction Center outlook, again on weather front here, this is showing a good chance of below normal temperatures. A 40% chance it's going to be above normal. And the precip, which I'm not showing, is showing above normal. So that's good news, because we still need the chances of rain as our drought remains strong. All right, this is a very long outlook. Be on the outlook for severe weather today, and keep close tabs on watches and warnings.